Chris. All right, so Johnny,
Nice to meet you, Grant.
nice to meet you.
Yep.
This is Johnny Gomez, ex-Mason alum, student athlete at Mason. And how many years have you been playing professional?
3.
3?
Yep.
Very
Just
nice.
finished my career overseas.
Very nice. All right, Johnny. So basically, at this position at Arizona State, I mean, as you know, it's a new program we're starting up here. Just going to run through a few questions and see how it goes. Okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So, first question, just tell me a little bit about your experience with volleyball, whether that's coaching, playing, and how you can relate it to this position here at Arizona State.
So as a player, I played all throughout high school. I was a Division II athlete at Belmont Abbey College for a year, and then I ended up transferring to George Mason University, which is Division I, to finish my collegiate career. Very successful there. Very happy to be there. Was an All-American 2 out of the 4 years, and then ended up getting the opportunity to go play overseas, which gave me that international experience that I really needed and gave me a lot to think about when I came back and wanted to start my professional coaching career. My experience with coaching, formerly worked for a company called Gold Medal Squared.
Mm-hmm.
You've probably heard of it. I coached camps for the summer for 5 years. Very, very successful. Worked with a lot of high school athletes through the recruiting process, as well as college athletes in their works throughout the summer. So I'm very experienced in working with the high caliber level athletes that we're looking for here at Arizona State University.
Awesome. So, going off that, what kind of motivates you?
So I'm a personality guy as well as you are most likely, but the biggest motivation for me is the success of my players as individuals as well as volleyball players. In the gym, seeing them work as hard as they can and getting better by 2% every day really motivates me to keep going. Their success in the classroom as well motivates me to work harder outside of the gym to get them better and to help better our program.
And that was actually my next question. How will you do that? How will you motivate your players?
So the motivation tactics I use, it's really based off them, honestly. I really look into hard-working players, and those are the ones I really like to see in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So the motivational tactics I use are based on their strengths and weaknesses. So every personality is different for each player. So really going off of the feel, I guess, with each player. And if they're the more intense player, I'm going to be the more intense with them. But on the opposite side, if they're the more calm, relaxed player, I'm going to find a different motivational tactic to use with those types of personalities.
Very nice. Okay, well said. So, at Arizona State, we value a healthy work-life balance. We really preach that and hone in on that, especially with incoming new employees. How will you handle that?
So volleyball is my passion. I've told many people this before. I don't view volleyball as work. Volleyball is my life. And as a single late 20s man right now, I mean, maybe down the road I end up getting married and have a family, but for right now, volleyball is my work and volleyball is my life. So the balance is there in itself. So my work at school during the workday, 9 to 5, I mean, that's not going to be all I do.
Mm-hmm.
At home, I watch film, no matter who it is, I make myself better at home.
Mm-hmm.
So that work-to-life balance, it's always going to be a healthy balance, and if it gets too much, I make sure I relax and keep my foot off the gas a little bit. But there really is a balance, but volleyball is my life and my work, so I definitely will be able to keep balance.
Okay, awesome. So, what's kind of your ideal work environment? And if you could touch on in the gym and as well as in more of an office setting with your other coworkers, other coaches. We are a family here at Arizona State within our athletic department.
Okay.
So, kind of, what would you be looking for from your fellow coworkers, and what's your ideal environment in the gym?
Yeah, I'm glad you said the word family. Family really plays home to me. Throughout every program I've been through, even my teams internationally, when we had players from different countries all over the world, we always viewed ourselves as a family because without each bit and piece like of that family working, we weren't able to succeed. So as a family in the gym, when my players come in the gym, I want them to be focused only on what's going on in the gym. I understand we and the players all have priorities outside of the gym that we need to be focusing on. But for those 2 to 3 hours inside the gym, that's where we work. That is what our stage. That's where we need to prove that we can get 2% better every day. Now, on the other hand, with my coworkers and staff and administration, I mean, I think that relationship is going to be based off respect, not always based off success because, I mean, many teams have bad seasons and things like that, more specifically with the other coaches. But between my coworkers in the department as well as my bosses and administrators, I mean, if they respect me, I'm always going to respect them. I will respect them no matter what. But I think it's going to, in the gym as well as with our coworkers, everything's going to be based off of trust and respect.
Okay. So I don't know if you're aware or not, but Arizona State is a very social school. There's a lot of extracurricular activities that go on with students, if you know what I'm saying. Now we try to be leaning on that because we understand everybody was in college once.
Understandable, yes.
So how do you handle kind of misconduct with
Oh,
players?
Jesus, there's two of them.
Hey, we're
So-
trying to do an interview.
So misconduct from my players. Let's say there's a team party and the cops were involved. I mean, I always want to make sure my first priority is that my players are safe, and then we'll go from there. Depending on the severity of the misconduct, it could range from opportunities to improve in the gym as well as opportunities and possibly suspension from the team, depending on whether it's academic or social extracurriculars.
Gotcha. So I know you mentioned this briefly. How important is your players' education to you?
Education is number one in my book. I mean, they're in college for a reason. Education is number one. Playing volleyball is a bonus. Like if they don't succeed in the classroom, they're not going to be able to succeed on the court because if they don't do well, they're not going to be able to play. So education is definitely number one because that's what they're here for.
Mm-hmm.
Without the education, they're not going to be able to succeed later in life because their volleyball career is going to end eventually. So I really hone in on them really focusing hard, and if they have to be out of the gym because they're focusing on the education, I'm not going to rain down on them for that because that's why they're here.
Awesome. What do you bring to this program, Johnny?
I bring the spark this program needs, and you can take that any way you like. As a young, motivated individual like myself, I see myself doing this for the rest of my life. So being young, being motivated, and being able to step into a program, an athletic department such as Arizona State University, really makes me feel that I'm going to be able to have success in whatever I do, and this is where I want to start. That spark, that motivation, and the experience I can bring to the table is really going to help out this program in its future as well as the athletes looking to come here.
All right. Are you turned off in any way by going into a new program? What are your thoughts on it?
Not at all. At Belmont Abbey College, my freshman year actually, it was in its second year of this program, and I was able to really play a role in that team. Especially since it was second year, we didn't have the success on the court that we had, but by persevering and by proving that we can compete with the higher programs really motivated me to look into programs like that, especially since my coaching career is at its beginning. I really believe that being at a new program gives me opportunities that a lot of other coaches going into a historically big program don't have.
Awesome. I think that's all I have for you. Do you have any questions for me?
So, I have a couple. First, so what is a day like here at Arizona State University? I know it's a very social school, but I mean, what do you see day by day?
So, I know I kind of touched on that we are a family here at Arizona State, specifically in the athletic department. So I think what you would expect is what you should expect is an upbeat environment. It is a family, as I've said before, and we not only hire on like the experience and talent of coaches, we hire on personality. We try to get um, guys and gals in here with the same mindset and motivation, and all striving towards the same goal of getting their teams to win championships. And it's and I believe you. I mean, you've met like some of the staff here, but I really want to take you around as we finish out the day here, just to meet some of the other staff and see if you guys mesh, and that's going to be the biggest thing. And that's kind of what I can tell you as far as what you're going to expect coming in to work every day. I mean, I think your typical day is. I mean, it's a great thing about being a coach. It's up to you, right? So. And it's also going to depend on your team and your players as well. So I think generally speaking, that's what I can tell you about that aspect of it.
Okay. So what do you expect if I was hired? What do you expect the recruiting aspects to be like?
So the number one thing that we're really trying to focus more on it, and it's one of the things we talked about in the beginning of the meetings here for this season, is we really love, obviously we like hardworking players, raw athleticism, but multi-sport athletes is something that we have had success here in the past. I mean, you know some of the big names that have come through here: Rob Gronkowski, Michael Phelps, etc. Both most multi-sport athletes. That's kind of the number one thing that we're really focusing on this year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to hear back from you. I think that's all the questions I have.
Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah, thank you so
We'll
much.
be in touch.
No problem.